be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at
ADR Networks presenta Las opiniones expresadas en este programa son responsabilidad exclusiva de quienes las emiten y no representan necesariamente el pensamiento o alguna posición oficial de este medio de comunicación. ADR Networks presenta.
This is Celestine Angel.
And I'm Isaac Crouch.
And this is...
Foreign Show!
on that foreign show.
Yes, what it do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people everywhere. Welcome to the Foreign Show. I'm Isaac Rakesh.
I'm Celestine Angel, and we are here on ADR Networks, activating your senses.
Yes. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And this beginning segment of the show is the insider segment where we share some tips, tricks, things that we want to recommend.
Right, and we also do reviews. So the first thing we want to review is this dim sum place. I think last week we mentioned it on the show, and we've gone to the place, and now we want to review it. So it's
Ching Feng Pao.
it's called Ching Feng
That's what it's
Pao.
called. Yes. So, right.
Okay, so this is the That Insider segment. Oh, I can see Ching Feng Pao lined up. Okay.
Yes.
This is Ching Feng
There
Pao.
you
I
go.
know everything is in Chinese, so you know it's authentic. This is dim sum specific place. And I know the timing there says 9:30 to 9:30 p.m., but it's not. They close at 6. So here you go, information for
Yes,
you.
major. Take note of that. Take note of that, right? So if you guys want to have a good time and have access to all of the usual spread,
Variety, yeah.
you got to get there early. Yes.
So I mean, okay, for those of you who don't know what dim sum is, it's like a Hong Kong thing. Mainly it's just a whole bunch of tapas, and it's really delicious. I mean, they also offer like fried rice, like proper dishes and stuff like that, and also delicious. We've tried quite a lot of their stuff when we were there, but we went at a very late hour because we thought they closed at 9:30. I mean, we called and they did tell us, but the arrangement has been set with like a whole bunch of people, so we had to do it like in a later timing. And
Yes.
the variety was like all like cut down already. So
But still was good, right? Like
yeah,
what we tried.
that's why we're so impressed, because even with that limited variety of food, we had like a very satisfying experience.
A big shout out to a group of friends that came down with us to try the place also, right? In a way.
Yeah, it
And
was fun because it turned
test
out
out the
like
food.
all
But
the
these
people were like from that one show, like a
Yeah,
lot of people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And these people are serious about their dim sum. Now, if you know anything about the Chinese culture, dim sum is a major part of the Chinese culture, right? So it's not just a breakfast thing; it's a cultural thing. And if you go to Hong Kong, you actually get a sense of how serious they take it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cultural part of how they begin the day, right? So you sit in the restaurant, and the dim sum cart goes around, and the dim sum comes to you, right? And you actually have a long breakfast. So you sit there for like a couple of hours,
Yeah.
and that's the full extent of the thing. But the underlying thing that we like about it is just the whole taking your time, and enjoying food, enjoying life, starting your day, setting your intention to what you want to do,
Yeah.
and actually going out and attacking the day. So big shout out to this dim sum place, guys. If you want to try it,
Yeah.
go check it out.
I mean, when we were in Hong Kong, it was like people start eating dim sum from like the morning. They'll sit there and they order like one by one and just read the newspaper. I mean, yeah, of course, we saw a lot of retirees doing that. It was a slow, very like lazy morning style and pretty cool. Like we really liked seeing that. And okay, so like the more popular dim sum dishes are siu mai, which is this like yellow flower looking thing with sometimes meat, sometimes shrimp. It's very delicious. So we didn't get to have that. That's why I was saying, oh my god, like because like if you go for dim sum, like siu mai is a must, and we didn't get to have that, but still we had such a good meal, so we definitely wanted to recommend this place.
Yes, let us know if you have tried this place or if you've tried the siu mai.
Yeah, and like another one that I should mention is hakao. It's like it looks like a tiny dumpling wrap, like really tasty, like the softness of the dumpling,
Yes.
and then it's shrimp. Right, so I'm very into shrimp, so I'm always going to be suggesting the shrimp dishes.
Yeah, the xiao long bao is another one that is like kind of soft with stuff on the inside, right?
So xiao long bao, I think is bun, right?
Like no, it's like there's a smaller
Oh,
one.
actually, I don't know what the xiao long bao is.
wet
Okay, so
one,
I think
yeah.
there's more. But yeah, and the another thing that we want to mention, like in this segment, is the supper club that our friend, actually the last guest, Connie.
Yes, big shout out to Connie from Scotland.
Yes. So okay, the supper club. If Diana, if you could put up the So the supper club. Ooh,
Yeah,
waiting for it to appear. Oh, okay. I think this is the page to.
this could be an advert.
Yeah, and
But
then
yes,
there's
so-
also a poster. No, this is actually the page to the Eventbrite page to sign up for the supper club. So basically, this supper club is going to be an immersive experience. All 5 senses are going to be touched, and it's our guest from last week, Connie, and like we think that it's going to be really cool. I mean, she's a life coach, so I expect that it's going to be meaningful. And yeah, like I mean, my brother was asking her the last time we met, like what would be like a quick thing that you would say to someone to give them some life coaching, and she
Right.
was saying like, what is the thing that's stopping you from living the way you want right now, something like that. I think that's what she said. And
Yes.
to bridge that gap, like what is, so basically I think it's so focused and precise, and it's yeah, I just have a very good I just expect this event to be really something else.
So the poster says 5 senses, but it's like I'm sure it's going to be a lot more than that. It's like it's like an immersive experience, and yeah, as you know, when you meet people, you never know what happens, and you never know, how the thing's going to turn out. Overall, it's something that we are looking forward to for sure.
Okay, they said 2 tickets max per person. Okay, you can only get 2 tickets. This is interesting. Well, anyway, so it's on the 1st of April, and it's 700 for the early birds. So I mean, it's with food and everything, like music. I don't know what, like it's completely a surprise. Like we've asked her, but she's like, okay,
It's been
it's a
kept
surprise.
mysterious, and
Yeah.
we kind of suspect on purpose, and all we know is like an immersive experience, and we know the host, so you can expect something
Yeah.
transformative. That's my guess. That's my guess. But I don't venture too much, right?
Yeah.
So check it out. Check it out for sure.
So we are introducing the event that is coming up. We don't know anybody. We've never been. Just a disclaimer, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, a percentage of ticket proceeds will be donated. Okay, that's cool.
That's great.
All right. So
To Arte Pro to support the art therapy for vulnerable children from CDMX and surrounding areas. So you will be supporting the arts and also, a charity.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
okay, the pictures look good.
Yeah,
And we don't know what we're getting, but the pictures look good. So anyway, we are done now with this segment, and we want to introduce to you like our guest for today.
Our guest for the week.
So our guest is a return guest, because now we're on season 2, so we are actually calling back a lot of our guests from season 1 to find out what's been up.
Yes.
And get an update. So like Yilu is our guest for today, and she's from China. She's actually been on La Voz Mexico. Like it's very interesting because her career in music like started here. Like I mean, like what we've been talking about like so much on the show. Like a lot of foreigners come to Mexico and they just feel like here's where they can be creative, and they start like Eileen started her journey here, and like from what like she shared with me, she's not been on like smaller stages, and she went straight to La Voz, so it's really courageous. And
Yes,
anyway,
for
but
sure. Yeah.
yeah, but for this episode, we are not going to be talking so much about her singing career, because right now she's actually doing business, and I think that that's what she would like to reflect upon. Like mainly the theme for today is like her reflections on like moving from Mexico back to China. She's been there a year, and then like all the thoughts that have come, like not like you're comparing the places, but because you have absorbed different cultures in a very immersive way,
Yes.
you learn and grow with this, yeah.
And also because I guess you're different, right? Yeah, so your perspective is also different. These are the things we're going to get into, her reflections about. Also I want to ask her about her first impressions about returning back to China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think she's not connected yet. So let's take a quick break, and I'm going to check on it, and we'll be back.
We are going to a break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
On the foreign show.
ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
¿Qué tal amigos? Los saluda Mariano Rivapalacio y los invito a que me acompañen todos los miércoles en punto de las 6 de la tarde en Factor Total. Aquí hablamos de temas de salud, de ciencia, de tecnología, problemáticas sociales, cultura y tradiciones, siempre de la mano de especialistas y voces autorizadas. Ya lo saben, 6 de la tarde, tiempo del Centro de México, a través de las plataformas digitales de ADR Networks. Factor Total, activando tus sentidos.
ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Amigos, queremos invitarlos a que no se pierdan La Casa del Pelotero
todos los jueves de 7 a 8 de la noche
a través de ADR Networks.
Activando tus sentidos.
Hola a todos, yo soy Rosalinda García, la morfopsicóloga número 1 de México. Quiero invitarlos a ver este nuevo programa, Rostros Desnudos, un programa en el que conocerás la personalidad, la psique, el corazón, el amor, todo lo que les interesa saber sobre la personalidad. Así que no se lo pierdan todos los viernes a las 12 de la tarde por ADR Networks, activando tus sentidos.
Hey guys, we're back at TFS, and thank you for staying with us.
On the foreign show.
Sorry, they started already.
All right.
All right, so we are back. And Eileen is in the room, it seems. Yes, okay, let's have her on.
Yes. Oh, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
How is it
How are
going?
you guys? You look great.
Hey,
Yeah,
you, babe.
good.
You too.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, first time on
Where
the
are you
show
right now? Are
online.
you at home?
Yeah, I'm at home. At you John's home.
All right, yes. So,
Mhm.
like we are going to ask you a lot of questions regarding like your thoughts in this process of
Uh-huh.
moving back.
You're like an alumni to TFS, you know, because it's like you're from
What?
this season. This is what we are doing. We are going back, getting the special guests, you know, from
Uh-huh.
season 1, and you know, getting them back. So welcome back to the show, and you know, yeah, let's get into it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, like, what was like the like when you first returned to China? What were like your emotions at that time? Like, was it like
Oh, wait, actually, why don't
did you
we
have excitement?
start before that? What was your initial impression when you decided that you were going to leave Mexico? You know.
You mean like the initial reason, the trigger that why I decided to go back to Mexico or to China? Hello? Oh, I think it's frozen. Hello.
that foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show. We'll be seeing you on that foreign show. We'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you every Friday here at TFS. That foreign show.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about that technical interruption.
Never know.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, where's our guest?
Yes.
We want to jump right
Hi.
in.
Hello.
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 Welcome back.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry.
Okay, now we are going to we already lost some time, so
Yeah.
let's get your reflections about when you were going back to China, how did you feel? Was it exciting? the idea of seeing, your own homeland again?
Yeah, it was more scary than exciting.
Okay. Because
Well, because like I had to be out of my comfort zone and going back to start something new on my own from like sort of from scratch. So like you don't know how everything is going to work, and human beings brain is always afraid, like always having fear for the unknown. So I was like, okay, like more scared, but I was like, okay, let's just do it now or never, like just want to have a try.
Yeah.
Okay. But like I mean, the idea of going back to China, I mean, you could have gone to like other countries to work, or so you could have applied for jobs in other countries, right? But like you wanted to return back also because to be closer to family and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. Well, the time I left for China was the trigger was my cat died, and I was really heartbroken. I needed a new environment, and at the same time I was feeling a lot like you don't know when your loved one is gonna die, and just the day you left home and you were expecting to come home and you will see them in person and hug them and kiss them, but then you came to know that they are no longer there. So I was thinking like I haven't been home for how many years? 7 years. And I wanted to just see my parents and be a little bit close. And that was the reason I decided to go back.
Yeah.
So and then how was that like seeing them again, or how did how did they receive you, like because it was some time, right?
You mean how do I see my parents?
Yeah, like what was it like when they saw you again?
Well, it was really nice, like for the first few days. But then it reminded me a lot of issues that I used to have from the family, and like when you grew up and how your parents affect you, how like. So I started feeling overwhelmed because I was away for so long and I was really independent. I started building my own way of thinking, my different type of mentality, different mindset. And now when I see them, I can see how I used to grow up. I can see how I used to have all the problems and issues, which I like really a lot of work to work on myself. But then now I'm getting back in that
Right.
environment. So it was a little bit overwhelming,
So what do you tell us about, like what about the stuff, like maybe you felt like you guys as a family, like some things that might have changed for the better, like with your new experience that you brought to the family.
Yeah. I mean, like from being here in Mexico, the
Yeah.
experiences that have helped you to understand life in your own way. Like, yeah, how did that translate to, being in China with your family right now?
I try, to get my to give my experience and my influence to the family, but like to the people, for example, like my parents and my brother who are already stubborn, they have lived all their life in their way of thinking. It's really difficult. But I think I brought a really big influence to my cousin, and I help him develop, like discover himself, and he has been confused with a lot of things about the Chinese culture, about his personal growth. So I have been talking to him, and it really opened his mind. So I was telling him that time, I said, okay, if this is the only purpose for me to come back to China is to influence you and to bring you some good influence and changes, that's worthy,
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
That's very nice sentiment. Yeah, definitely.
No, and I mean that's the thing about when you travel, right? Then you expose yourself to so many different things. So like you will be able to see life in a different way and like help people who like might need inspiration or like direction in life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure.
Because the
China
Chinese
like
culture,
returning? Go ahead.
the Chinese culture is very judging. You know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
we kind of live in the box, and people can tell you like who you are, what you can do, what you cannot do, and you started to believe, and you started to think that you're not good enough just because of people's judgment. So that has been bothering my cousin for a long, long time. So I try to help him to free his soul. But then for me, I have already like somehow I'm like a free soul, and now back in China and living in a box again, like not really in the box, but in that kind of culture, it's like containing my nature. So I don't feel like happy sometimes. I feel kind of depressed, like in some situations,
Yeah.
not so free.
I do think that these kinds of cultures where like you have a lot of rules of how to be, and you can't just like they don't think and just flow, right? It's it does make people depressed because happiness when you're just being, you're just like doing things and
right. When I grew up in China, I never really felt like I totally fit in this kind of culture. The sort of upbringing really felt restrictive, and it's so rules based. But I didn't know what was missing. I didn't know why I was not feeling fit in until I went to college, and I chose English as my major. And in my university, I started opening my mind because it's the first time I saw foreigners in China in my school. I had a teacher, and she became my best friend when I was in a university, and her name is Colleen. And we became best friends, and she was 2 years older than me. She really helped me to open my mind and think differently. And I was like, oh, really? You can think like this? Oh, you can do like this? I was really curious, like amazed,
What can you share
seeing
with us?
different things. For example, like, okay, just very Chinese people always take shower in the night, and the foreigners take shower in the morning, and I didn't know why. But she told me, it's because we want to feel clean and look fresh and smell nice. And I was like, oh, that's right. And I started going to the subway in the metro, and I start smelling. People was like, oh, Chinese people really are smelly because their armpit, they don't they don't take shower in the morning. But then she asked me why we take shower in the night. I said, it's because we want our bed to be clean. We don't want anything dirty to be in the bed, so we have to take a shower. If you go to bed without shower, my mom will be like, oh my god, you're so dirty, you're so smelly. The bed is, you have to change to your pajama in order to sit on the bed. So like these kind of cultural differences, there's no right or wrong, but that is the time I started to realize that there's no right or wrong. It's just like what do you choose?
It's like exactly this. When you go and you experience different cultures, then you realize there's no right way or wrong way. It's just different ways, different reasons.
Yes.
So then the mind starts to have little expression like, ooh.
And then you realize that what you really like, because when we grow up, our parents never told us like, oh, I love you. They never hug. They never kiss us goodnight. But then when I was with my friends from USA, they always, oh, hi, and then hug, and really like strong hugs, and you feel so warm, So, and then you realize that, okay, this is what I really like because this makes me happy. But in China, you will see people are really in their own world. They don't look at you. They don't smile at you. But here, when I'm traveling in Latin America, or if I'm living in Mexico, I always see people like stop, or they will smile at you. and you
Yeah,
will feel
yeah.
like, oh, that's really lovely. They're smiling at me, And I remember I met one of my best friends right now. Her name is Yu Hirata.
Shout out to
she's
you.
she, I'm actually staying in her apartment right now.
Right.
I met her in Guanajuato because that time I went for a holiday, and I was like, I asked someone like a Mexican to take photos for me, and then the Mexican took really bad photos. So that time my boyfriend said, "Oh, we should find an Asian because Asian people can really take nice photos." So
Oh, I
I
I remember this. Okay, yeah. Then.
Okay.
so when I saw you when Yu Jian passed by, and I asked her to
Oh,
take
that's
photo
how
for
you
us.
met Yu-chan.
Yeah. So afterward, and the next day, we passed by each other twice more. Like we saw each other 3 times in 2 days. So we stopped and we're like, no way, we have to talk to each other. And then we find out we both were neighbors. We were living in Polanco, and we were so close. We had a lot of similar habits, and now we became really, really good friends. So these kind of little interactions are really special because we don't know how either of us is going to influence our day. And to be able to stop and have a conversation with the person and smile at
Yeah.
someone and have
Yeah.
something positive, and that means we put something positive into each other. I think that is really all is about for me. But I understand that China has a different culture because we used to be very poor, and there were a lot of people had no money, so a lot of people try to steal, try to cheat. So a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people grow really defensive. If you smile at them, and they will be like, oh, what do you want from me, like, are you planning something, or are you? So I understand this is a different culture, but I think for me it doesn't really give a lot of space to embrace all of that.
And do you feel that how has it changed since the last time you were in China?
You mean China? China really surprised me because the last time I was in China was almost 7, 8 years ago. And that time, still, everything was really crowded. The cities are not very organized. The taxis are still dirty. Traffic are horrible. People drive crazy. And if you go to elevator, you go to a taxi, you can feel a lot of cigarette. People even smoke inside. But this time I go back, everything is so much cleaner, organized. There's most of the taxis are electric cars, and a lot of space.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, and yeah, and now you don't pay with cash. I didn't know. I came back to China and I was like completely out of date. So I have to check what can I do, how can I pay, and I have to for example, going to the restaurant, you don't need to order anymore because there's always like a QR code. You just scan the code, and then you make the order on your phone, and they will bring the food, and then you make the payment on the phone, and then you just leave. So right now China has become like super efficient, really fast. People don't want to wait. There's no supermarkets, like no malls like before, that I can go and shop and just try on clothes and spend time with your friends. Everything is
That's good.
online. Like you order vegetables online, you order stuff like for cooking online, you order clothes, you
Okay.
order everything. But that is good because it's efficient, but at the same
Yeah.
time makes me feel like you are missing
Oh,
life. Yeah, it's like you're not living. I enjoy going out on a on a day with a lot of like sunshine, and you can have an ice cream, talk with your friends. As you grow older, not old, as you grow older, you like to really connect with people. Like, but in China I find it really hard because people are living in this virtual world that they prefer to be all the time on the phone. They prefer to do everything just like ordering on internet, and they are not really living.
I think this is a very interesting thing that you're talking about, and we can actually also look at it a bit like, if what do you think, because you're talking about you're missing hanging out areas, right? Places you can just walk and like hang out and things. So, what do you think China needs to do, or what kind of change do you think needs to happen to have this kind of?
Yeah, personally, as someone that has traveled a lot, like what do you think? I mean, obviously this is all great, being very modern and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you lose,
You lose,
modernization also means everyone's stuck on their phones and nobody's looking up, and that's even worse because before already they weren't looking at each other.
Yeah.
So how do you
I think
feel?
the first thing they have to change is self-conscious, because they are not conscious. And I believe that a lot of Chinese who have been abroad are different. It's because they have been exposed to different ways. Because if you are not exposed, you are not conscious. For example, before, when I went to USA, and my friends and I brought me to a restaurant, and in the restaurant there was someone else coming like almost at the same time, and my friend was like, okay, oh, please go ahead. I was like, oh, I didn't know that, because in China people are like, oh, my eyes come here first, so you you should wait for, like, people are always trying to be ahead of you, trying to compete, trying they don't have this kindness, and they don't know, because they haven't been treated that way. But when you travel abroad and you met people who are like, oh, please, adelante, oh, you go first, and you're not fighting anymore, but you feel so good, like, oh wow, this person is really have great manners, he's very educated, and I want to be like him. But in China, like, you go to an elevator and you start like, hi, good morning, and people are like, what and you just slowly, you just stop, like, because this kind of culture will influence you. But I kept telling myself, like, why should I be influenced by, even though I know I don't like this kind of culture, but why am I still getting affected, but yeah, like, it's hard sometimes.
So how long did you take to stop saying good morning?
I think like I think in the elevator I stopped like after a week.
Oh, really? So when you went back, you actually said good morning and
But in the taxis, in the taxis, restaurants, I still greet and salute that for the people. Yeah. And for example, like in the elevators, you get inside, and the people are standing just next to the buttons, and they're standing next to the door, but there's a lot of space in the behind, but they're just not moving, and they're not letting you push the button because they're so like close.
Blocking.
And they never ask you, like, oh, which floor, and in my heart I was grumbling. I was like, hey, come on, be considerate, like, move, or let me press the button.
But it's very interesting, like, now China is becoming a poster child for efficiency, modern technology. And but it's really interesting to see what's going to happen in the future when, as China obviously opens up more to the world, and then these things become mixed together, so you have more of you have the efficiency, but you also have people who are present and who are, they address each other. I think that's what you're talking about, right? That's kind of lacking in the Chinese culture.
Yeah, and it's really interesting actually to have your perspective, to understand that before China was poor, so the people had this like very competitive, like dog eat dog kind of. Somebody might cheat me. That's why they are not that warm with each other, because like I just assume it was like a issue with like wanting to be more quiet. Like Chinese people, like for example, the men don't cry. And then they don't really express emotions. So I thought it was all part of that. But like this, I can really understand is like how the country grew.
Yeah. Now coming back to China, I learned a new word, a Chinese word called "juan."
What's that?
Yeah, okay.
Juan, like roll, like rolling,
Okay, roll.
like
Okay.
roll. So they say that if you don't roll, 如果你不卷，你就躺平. It's like you don't roll, you are gonna lie down dead. So it means like a lot of competition, and you have to work really, really hard. So right now the Chinese society is a lot of competition, super competitive, and everyone works like crazy, like a robot. Like you see everyone is just about work. And when I get back to China at the beginning, I asked a friend from my work. I told her like, "Hey, this Friday, let's go to a party." She asked me like, "What time?" I said like 9:30. She said, "Oh, that's so late. I have to sleep." I said, "But the next day is weekend." She said, "Oh, but yeah, I have been working so much. I have still a lot of work, and I'm already too old." I was like, "You are just 25, and you are saying you are too old."
Oh my god! Oh, this mentality is really, really telling. Oh my god!
This is something Chinese people always say, like 我老了, like I'm old. You know, and
I told you, right? Like I met a Chinese lady. She was only like, I think she was only in her early 30s at that time, and she was like 我老了, like which means I'm old, and like 我的脚有问题, don't know what. It was like, how can you complaining about these kind of things when you're so young?
I think that Chinese people say that sometimes, like, "Oh, my leg hurts," or "I have problem in my back." It's like they are trying to get sympathy, like they want people to pity them. This is
like
completely different
so hard,
culture. Yeah, like, "Oh, I work so hard," or I'm not feeling well, so they want people to comfort them. Like, well, but this is something you really.
How is this different from the countries, like for example, now you're just back from traveling from a lot of different countries, like in the past few weeks, right? And I just saw that you were in Brazil, for example. How are these places different in your opinion than China?
I think in the rest of the countries that I have been traveling to, nobody cares about the age.
In China, it's much more, right?
I think
in
so.
Korea as well. They are very particular about, like in Korea, they are like very particular about, like they need to know if you're older or younger than them so that they can greet you in the right way, or if they know that you're rude. As far as if you are younger than them, they expect you to be polite to them in a special way. Like Koreans are like very like particular about age as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool to when you leave and then you feel free of this concept of age, right? Because
actually, I don't know, but when I'm in China, I do feel older. And as long as I came back to Mexico, I feel, oh, I'm alive and I'm young. I'm younger, or I don't know. I just feel more energy. And before, when I first arrived to Mexico, especially the first 2 years, I was always complaining about the Mexican culture. It was like, people are so not on time. They are not punctual. But now, after I go back to China, and sometimes I ask a friend to go out, like, "Hey, tomorrow let's meet around 11 in this mall." And my friend would start texting me like at 10:30, like, "Hey, I'm already on the way, but I hope I'm not being late. Please, blah blah blah." And if they are late, even if they are 10 minutes late, they are so stressed. But I'm like, hey, come on, calm down. You don't stress. Like, it's nothing. Like I feel like I'm becoming like a Mexican. Like it's not a big deal.
In Singapore, definitely, if you're 10 minutes late, everyone gets stressed. Like 5, maybe not so much, but 10 minutes is like like rushing. Like it's definitely a different time culture back in Asia. But like in Mexico, it's like we learn how to just relax and let the time be more flexible. more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
think
kind of
Mexico really taught me how to relax about some of these kind of issues. But in China, I'm more stressed with these kind of things, like small things. So
Can you
I
tell us a
feel.
bit about that, like about how Mexico helped you relax, and also because we were telling the audience before you came on that about your journey as an artist also, like, and the stuff that you used to do, in music and things. What was it about Mexico that helped you to connect with that?
Yeah, I feel like when I came to Mexico, it really helped me to bring up my artistic side,
Mm,
and I met a lot of amazing people, amazing artists, and all of them, they don't really care if they have money or not. Like even they have no money to even get a taxi. But this in China is not possible because people used to be so poor and they are so afraid of not having money. So the only way to not suffer anymore without money is to work hard and save, you know. So if you ask them to do something they really enjoy, like maybe they like to sing, but they
uh-huh.
would have their priority, instead of singing they would prefer to make money. So when I came to Mexico, but I have seen a lot of people like they really have not even money to take a taxi, but they really have, like, they are happy and they don't. And Chinese people always think about the future. Oh, if I don't have money right now, when I'm 60 years old, what's going to happen? I won't have like a shelter, or I won't have a good
Hmm.
life. What's gonna happen to me when I get old? But here people don't care. They don't think about the
Yeah.
future. They just enjoy the moment. But
Wow.
sometimes
Wow.
what I mean, what is important is the moment, to be present. You know, we cannot be in living in the future right now. Anything could happen. But also I have learned to keep a balance, because I have
Yeah.
also had really bad time in Mexico. I lost all my money, all my saving. I got robbed, I got cheated, a lot of bad experience before. But now I took all these bad experience as the best experience I have in my life. You know, like, I think Mexico has really taught me a lot of lessons, really great for my personal growth.
Yeah.
And China really has given me the ability or the habit of being disciplined. You know, so I'm really grateful that I feel like I have equal parts
Yeah.
of discipline and equal parts artistry, and I really embrace both of them. China has taught me and given me this side of discipline that I want to learn, and I want
Right.
to be good as I want to be. And when I came to Mexico, this discipline has helped me to keep learning, keep growing. I keep, I started singing because I found my passion after meeting all these friends and these amazing people. They all encourage me to do what I love to do. And the discipline has helped me to, really give my time and keep being consistent, taking classes, learning piano, learning jazz, practicing like vocal lessons. And this has helped me to, develop my artistic side. And also, I feel like this is like a wonderful melding of artistry and discipline, has definitely influenced how I live and or how I have lived so far.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like you travel to all these places, you pick what works for you and you incorporate it into your life and you grow from there, right? Yeah. I mean, because wow, it's really important, this thing that you mentioned about how being in Mexico is really a lifestyle of being more present, because like, definitely back in Asia, we are always hearing about the 5-year plan, 10-year plan. What's your 5-year plan? That people
Yes,
always asking this
yes.
question.
Yes,
And
sometimes we are so focused on the goals,
yeah,
like, and then you forget about it's not about reaching the top of the mountain right now. Because when you go hiking, all you focus is just try to one step ahead,
What's
put
that?
one more
Yep.
step in front of you, or at least just start. Because I met a lot of
right.
people, they are like, oh, I want to be there, but it's too difficult. I don't know how to start. But it's not about how to start, it's about start. You don't
Right.
have to
Yeah.
wait to make the perfect video. to upload to Instagram. You just upload something.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but on this note, I do want to ask you one of the questions that we've prepared together. But like, what is the dream now in your life trajectory?
My dream right now,
Yeah.
I'm really, I want to develop my own business, using all my last all the years of experience in business in import and export. I want to build my own company, my own career. The goal is to provide solutions, because there are a lot of people who wants to build their business, or a lot of people are already in their business. Some are very experienced, like they have maybe 20 years experience importing stuff from China, but still they have new challenges to meet. Now the world is changing. AI has come to the world. Traditional trading business has become different because of TikTok, because of Shane, because of all the e-commerce platform has made the prices become more transparent. So the traditional type of trading business has become difficult because they are having more competition right now, and the profit is lower. And for the people who want to start their own business, because they are now having all type of resources, but they don't have experience, because they know they can buy from AliExpress, they might be able to buy from here or there, but they don't have experience. They don't know how to take things out from the customs. They don't know about the taxes. They might have face a lot of risk. So what I do is I use my experience of import and export business for over 20 years. I create my business. I help the clients to get whatever they want from China and give them services to to support them from door to door services. And for the big companies like importers who are already having experience, I help them to provide solutions that, okay, why you're not selling more, why your business is going down, how you can change. Maybe this can help you to develop more business, and using all my resources in China to help them to grow bigger. So this is right now what my business is about.
Wow, that sounds amazing, and it sounds like something that's definitely useful, no? Like for people who want to do business with China, basically.
Especially like what you say, like the people who are new and they need like the middleman to help them to reduce risk.
Yeah.
Like so like at this moment you're here now in Mexico to connect with more businesses, right?
Yeah, here I'm here to explore the market and also to visit the clients whom I have already been providing my services. So I'm here to to talk to them face to face and see what kind of problems they are facing or what they have. At the same time, trying to develop better or bigger market. And because if you don't know the market, it's hard for you to give what customer wants or what people want. You need to know very well, otherwise there will be a communication gap. So I think it's very important to always travel to the markets and see by yourself and talk to the people and do a very thorough study.
So we only have like a few minutes left. Like I think it would be nice to hear your thoughts on like how living in Mexico has influenced your entire way of being right now back in, and moving forward back in China.
Really, Mexico has helped me with my personal growth. I believe now that we are the creator of our life, and every decision we make or every thought that we have is so powerful. I thought of going back to China and I made it. I thought of coming to Mexico and stay here and study to sing. I did it. And every decision I made has led me to a different style or different type of life. And I think that sometimes people or I used to have this kind of lack mentality. Oh, I'm not good enough, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. Instead, I should have the abundance mentality, you know, like, oh, I have this, or I am capable of doing this. I have all kinds of resources. So I think these kind of changes are happening because of all my experiences living in Mexico. And now I think that what is supposed to meant for me, it will happen. What is not gonna be supposed to happen for me, it won't come. So, but I'm good enough, you know. And every no creates the room for every yes. So maybe now the universe is telling me, no, you are not ready to do this, but it's creating yes for something else, for another opportunity. You know?
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, what great words. And
These kind of things, like they're so powerful. These things, and especially when they become a living experience, right? Like what when you're experiencing. So yeah, big shout out to you for that.
yeah. So thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Yes.
We have reached the end. I'm Celestine Ajo.
I'm Isaac Rakesh.
And you have Yilu with us here at ADR Network, signing out, activating your system.
Thank you.
Thank you to all who joined us here on That Foreign Show.